everyone! Ito pong muli si Ma'am Jill Irish Trinidad at ngayon i-discuss natin ang tungkol sa combination. Ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng combination? A combination is a subset of R distinct elements selected out of N elements without regard to the order. Anong ibig sabihin ng without regard to the order? Ibig sabihin po niyan, order is not important. Not important. Kung babalikan natin yung previous lesson natin na permutation, sa sample na yon, order is important. Mahalaga ang pagkakasunod-sunod ng bawat bagay sa permutation. Pero sa combination, hindi na po mahalaga kung ano ang mauuna sa kanilang mga pipiliin natin sa R na elements. So para mas maintindihan natin, magbigay tayo ng example. So, unang halimbawa is choosing members of a committee. So, kung ikaw halimbawa ay bubuo ng committee or group at kukuha ka ng members. Kung ikaw ay mag-choose lang ng members, kukuha ka ng 3 members. Yan ay isang halimbawa ng combination. Bakit? Kasi you're going to choose only members. Hindi na mahalaga kung sino ang una mong pipiliin. Say for example, we are going to get Juan, Pedro, and Mario. Sa permutation, mahalaga yung pagkakasunod-sunod ni Mario, ni Juan, at ni Pedro. Pero sa combination, basta pinili mo si Juan, si Pedro, at si Mario, kahit sino ang mauna sa kanila, okay lang. Hindi natin papakialamanan. Kaya siya mabibilang sa isang example ng combination kasi you're going to choose only the members. Okay? So, mapapansin that order is not important. Okay po? So, isa pang halimbawa nito. Picking 4 from 10 available paintings. So, merong 10 paintings at magpipick ka lang. Kukuha ka lang ng 4 na paintings. So, malinaw, basta kukuha ka ng 4 na paintings. Walang sinabi na kailangan may mauuna sa kanila na pipiliin. So, kapag you're going to pick 4 paintings lang, pick lang, ibig sabihin, order is not important ulit. Therefore, that can be considered as combination. Okay, let's have another example. Choosing numbers in 655 Lotto. So, hindi naman kailangan lahat tayo naglalaro ng loto, pero maiintindihan natin yung galaw sa loto. Sa loto po, kailangan mo lang pumili ng 6 na numbers out of 55 numbers, yung 1 to 55. Kapag binola natin yung 6 na numbers na yan, kahit ano ang mauna, basta nakuha yung 6 na numbers mo, you will be the winner. So, regardless again of the order. Kahit anong mauna dun sa 6 na numbers na napili mo. So, choosing numbers in 655 is an example again of order is not important, which means it is an example again of a combination. Nakukuha po? Tuloy natin. Merong different ways to write combination. Baka kasi mapansin nyo sa ibang books, iba yung nakasulat. What's very common is the NCR, or we read this as the combination of N taken R. So, NCR ang lagi nating nakikita, even sa calculators. And then, in some books, baka lang ma-encounter nyo in the future, this can also be written as CNR, wherein yung N at yung R ay parang naka-write in terms of coordinates. So, that's another way to write combination. Parang kay permutation din. Another way to write that is under a parenthesis, N sa taas, R sa baba. Walang nakalagay na C. Kapag ganyan ang case, N, R, walang C, automatic, that's combination. Malinaw po, baka lang po ma-encounter nyo itong 3 iba't ibang paraan para isulat ang combination. Tuloy natin. Siyempre, kung kay permutation ay meron tayong formula na inaral, meron din naman tayo para kay combination. Ano nga ba ang formula ng combination? So NCR, or the combination of n taken r, is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. You might say, Ma'am, ang hirap naman pong memorizein ng formula. Hindi yan mahirap, anak, kasi kung babalikan natin at kung na-master mo ang previous lesson natin na permutation, madali mo nang matatandaan ang combination. Bakit? Balikan natin yung formula ng permutation. Di ba ito ang formula ng permutation? NPR, or the permutation of n taken r, is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial. Ikumpara natin yung dalawang formula. Magkahawig sila, hindi ba? Tama! Ano ang pinagkaiba nila? Ang tanging pinagkaiba nila ay ang pagkakaroon ng r factorial na nadagdag sa denominator. So kung pamilyar ka na at kung sanay ka na kay permutation, madali mo na pong maaaral ang formula ni combination kasi same lang po, madaragdagan lang siya ng r factorial sa denominator. And in the past lessons, alam na po natin kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng factorial. Okay? Naintindihan po? Tuloy natin. Siyempre, mas maiintindihan natin ang combination kung meron tayong mga examples. So, i-practice muna natin yung pag-solve ng combination bago tayo mag-apply ng mga examples niya. So, let's have the first example. What if you were asked to get the combination of 5 taken 3? So, una, siyempre, alamin muna natin ano yung n. Ang n po ay yung mas malaking number na nasa kaliwa. So, n is equal to 5. And then, ang r natin ay yung nasa kanan, which is r is equal to 3. Now, let me remind you, baka po makakita kayo ng 3C5. If that's the case, that's not possible. Take note that ang n mo dapat ang bigger kesa sa iyong r. N should be bigger or equal to your r. Pwedeng parehas sila, pwede silang equal, pero hindi pwedeng mas mataas si r kesa kay n. Okay, so going back, your n is 5 and your r is 3. So of course, we have to go back to the formula para hindi natin malimutan. So NCR, or the combination of n taken r, is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. I-substitute natin. Okay, yung n naging 5, yung r naging 3. N naging 5, n naging 5, r naging 3, r naging 3. Malinaw po lahat ng mga n ay pinalitan po natin ng 5 dahil ang n ay 5. Lahat ng mga r ay pinalitan po natin ng 3 dahil ang r ay 3. Okay, let's proceed. So, syempre, gaya ng ating ginagawa dati pa, PEMDAS rule, unahin po natin ang nasa parentheses. So, it will turn out to be, kung mapapansin, kinopy ko yung 5 factorial. Yung 5 minus 3 na nasa parentheses ay naging 2 kasi 5 minus 3 is 2. And then I still copied the factorial at yung 3 factorial ay kinopy din. So, malinaw. Ma'am, bakit po may kulay? Makikita natin sa susunod na step. Okay, look at this one. Similar to what we were doing in permutation, ine-expand natin yung ating factorial. And here, i-expand ko rin yung aking factorial. And tulad sa permutation natin, nag-i-stop tayo ng factorial doon sa denominator. Pero dito sa combination, dalawa yung denominator mo, hindi ba? Meron kang 2 factorial at 3 factorial. Ma'am, saan ako mag-i-stop? Kay 2 factorial o kay 3 factorial? You will decide on that. Kahit saan ka naman dyan mag-stop, okay lang. Pero ang suggestion ko, mag-stop ka dun sa bigger number. Like in this case, 2 factorial and 3 factorial, mas malaki yung 3 factorial. So, kay 3 factorial ako nag-stop sa numerator. So, that turns out to be 5 times 4 times 3 factorial. And then sa baba, yung 3 factorial na pinagbasihan mo, kakopy mo lang. Pero yung hindi mo ginamit na 2 factorial, kailangan mo siyang i-expand. So, yung 2 factorial ay naging 2 times 1. Okay. Now, ngayon na meron na tayong parehas or common terms, the next step of course is to cancel out. So, tatanggalin natin yung dalawang 3 factorial because they will turn out to be 1. In doing so, pwede kang mag-shortcut actually na magka-cancel out ka pa. Pero for the benefit of everyone, pag inayos natin yan, multiply natin yung nasa numerator. So, 5 times 4, tapos i-multiply din natin yung nasa denominator. So, that will turn out to be 5 times 4 is 20, and 2 times 1 is 2. Now, 20 divided by 2. Of course, 20 divided by 2 is 10. Therefore, our 5C3 or the combination of 5 taken 3 is equal to 10. Nakuha po? Sige, isa pa tayong example para mas magets natin. So, what if the given is combination of 9 taken 4? 9 taken 4. So, ulitin natin. Kukunin muna natin yung N at yung R. So, in this case, nasa kaliwa ang N, nasa kanan ang R. Ang ating N ay 9. Very good. And ang ating R ay 4. Alright, of course, lagi nating isusulat ang ating formula hanggang sa ma-memorize natin yan. So, the formula for combination is NCR, or the combination of N taken R, is equal to N factorial over N minus R factorial times R factorial. Next step po, we have to substitute all the value, or the N rather, to 9 and all the R with 4. So, it will turn out to be 9C4, 9 factorial over 9 minus 4 factorial times 4 factorial. Ulitin ko po, sinubstitute lang lahat ng N, ng 9, at lahat ng R ng 4. Okay. Next step, simplify natin yung nasa parenthesis. So, it will turn out to be 9 factorial over 9 minus 4, so 5 factorial times 4 factorial. Next step, of course, is to expand. Alright, expand natin yung 9 factorial. But, I should stop with 5 factorial kasi 5 yung bigger kesa kay 4. So, 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. And then, yung 5 factorial, yun yung pinanggalingan ko. So, I just wrote it as 5 factorial. Then, yung 4 factorial na hindi natin ginamit, that remains to be 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, or in-expand natin. And from there, yung dalawang parehas natin, we have to cancel them out. So, dalawang 5 factorial ay magka-cancel na. And then, we multiply the numerator. So, 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. Tapos, ang denominator ay 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And that will turn out to be 3,024 over 24. Okay. And then, simplify natin syempre. 3,024 divided by 24 will be, and okay, 126. Therefore, the combination of 9 taken 4 is 126. Nagets po ba? Sana nagets nila. Okay, let's have another example. Ayan, example number 3. 7C7, or the combination of 7 taken 7. Ay, ma'am, pwede po ba yan? Pwede po. Di ba nasabi ko kanina, ang R ay pwedeng equal kay N. Pero hindi pwedeng mas malaki si R kaysa kay N. Okay, so let us see. And we will know, ano nga ba ang mangyayari pag equal si N at si R kay combination? Let's see. So again, identify muna natin what is our N? 7. And our R, 7 pa rin. And of course, we're going to write the formula. NCR is equal to N factorial over N minus R factorial times R factorial. Okay. Next step, of course, is to substitute all the values of N and R. Okay. So, lahat ng N ay naging 7 at lahat ng R ay naging 7. Okay, tuloy natin. Simplify yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, 7 factorial. 7 minus 7 is 0 factorial. 7 factorial. Alright, then, tingnan natin. Ma'am, mag-i-stop ako. Wala nang i-stop. Bakit? Pansinin. Dalawa na silang 7 factorial. So, yung 0 factorial na lang yung i-expand natin. And from the previous lesson, we have learned that 0 factorial is equal to 1. Okay, I won't elaborate it na ha. Na-elaborate na siya sa prior lesson natin. Okay, and since meron na tayong same thing, we can now cancel them out. And so, 7C7, or the combination of 7 taken 7 is equal to 1. Okay, from there, pwede na nating masabi na ang NCN, or kapag equal ang N at ang R, automatic na ang answer ay 1. So, shortcut yan. Kahit hindi mo na isolve, actually, pinakita ko lang syempre, kahit hindi mo na isolve, basta nag-equal ang N at ang R sa combination, ang sagot ay automatic na 1. Clue yan ha, shortcut yan. Okay, let us have another example. 8C0. So, paano naman kung ang iti-take mo na R ay 0? Ano kaya ang magiging effect niya? Alright, so same thing. We have to get the N, which is 8, and the R, which is 0. Ipapakita ko kung anong mangyayari. So first, we write the formula. NCR is equal to N factorial over N minus R factorial times R factorial. Alright, and then next thing is to substitute all the values of N and R. So, lahat ng N ay naging 8 at lahat ng R ay naging 0. Simplify ang nasa parentheses. So, we have 8 factorial, then yung 8 minus 0 is 8 factorial, and 0 factorial. Alright. So, parehas yung 8 factorial, yung 0 factorial ang ating i-expand. If I expand, we know that 0 factorial is equal to 1. And from there, we can now cancel things out. Cancel natin yung dalawang 8 factorial. Therefore, we can say that 8C0, or the combination of 8 taken 0, is 1. Oh, meron na ulit tayong nakuwang idea. Ano yon? Kapag pala ang R mo ay 0 sa combination, kahit ano pa ang N mo, kahit 1 million pa yung N mo, basta ang C mo ay 0, automatic na ang value again is 1. Okay, take note of that ha. Kapag equal ang N at R kay combination, that's 1. Kapag ang R mo ay 0 kay combination, that's 1. Okay po? Thank you. And we now proceed with applying these things to word problems. So, magbibigay ako ng tatlong magkakaibang possible word problems na maa-apply natin itong combination. Okay. Medyo mahirap pero kailangan makinig. Let's start the fifth example. In how many ways can a committee of 5 students be selected from a group of 8 students? Okay. Una tingnan natin. How many ways can a committee of 5 students be selected? Selected. Magse-select lang tayo ng 5 students mula sa 8 na students. Ang tanong, mahalaga ba ang order? Hindi, kasi you're going to select 5 students lang. Walang posisyon. Walang president, walang vice president. Pipili ka lang ng 5 students. Therefore, this is an example of combination. Okay, so tulad ng ginagawa kanina, kailangan natin muna mag-create ng hanapin ang N at ang R. So, ang N natin ay 8. Ma'am, bakit po yung 8 yung N? Bakit hindi yung 5? Remember, na ang N ay kung ilan ang total pagpipilian mo. Ilan ba lahat ng students? 8. So, yung 8 students ang pagpipilian mo. Then, ang R natin ay 5. Ma'am, bakit naman po naging 5 yung students? Ang R po kasi ay kung ilan ang pipiliin mo. Take note, ang N, ilan ang pagpipilian lahat, the total pagpipilian. Ang R, ilan ang pipiliin lang. So, mula sa 8 estudyante, kukuha lang ako ng 5. 8 ang pagpipilian, 5 ang pipiliin. Malinaw po yan ha? Okay, proceed tayo. Alam ko na ang N at ang R, ibig sabihin, I'm dealing with combination, so it will be 8C5 or the combination of 8 taken 5. Okay. So, katulad kanina, first step is to write the formula para hindi natin malimutan, sulat lang ng sulat. Okay, NCR is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. And so, next step is to substitute all the values of n and r. So, lahat ng n ay naging 8, lahat ng r ay naging 5. Alright, next step is to evaluate the one inside the parentheses. So, it will turn out to be 8 factorial over 3 factorial times 5 factorial. 3 kasi 8 minus 5. Alright, now, next step is to expand this one. But if I'm going to expand this one, mag-i-stop ako sa mas malaking number, which is 5. Doing so, it will be 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial over, yung 5 factorial ay mananatili, pero yung 3 factorial ay kailangang i-expand. Alright, so in-expand ko na, and now I can cancel out the similar things, which is 5 factorial. Cancel ang dalawang 5 factorial. And so, 8 times 7 times 6 is 336. And 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. From there, 336 divided by 6 is equal to 56 ways. Therefore, we can say that there are 56 ways to choose a committee of 5 students from 8 students. Malinaw po? Nagets po ba? Nawa ay nagets naman po. Proceed tayo sa ating susunod na example. Okay, proceed naman tayo sa ating susunod na example. Alright, ano ang meron sa example na ito? Anong kaibahan niya sa first example? Ang sabi sa example 6, a class consists of 10 boys and 8 girls. How many committees of 6 can be selected if each committee consists of 4 boys and 2 girls? Ang kaibahan niya sa unang example kanina, ito ngayon ay meron ng binigay na kondisyon or meron tayong restriction. Ma'am, ano po yun? Kasi kung sa kanina, you're going to pick 6 members of the committee lang out of 10 boys and 8 girls. Pero dito, malinaw na sinabi, if each committee consists of 4 boys and 2 girls. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka lang basta pipili ng 6 na estudyante or 6 na tao. Kailangan 4 ang boys at 2 ang girls. So dahil merong kondisyon, merong restriction, magkakaroon tayo ng konting pagbabago sa solution. Paano, ma'am? Okay, sabi, a committee must consist of 4 boys and 2 girls. Malinaw na 4 ang boys, 2 ang girls. Therefore, kailangan nating isolve separately yung boys at yung girls. Paghihiwalayin natin ang solusyon yung boys at yung girls muna. Nakuha po, dahil may kondisyon na particular yung bilang ng boys at ng girls, isolve ang boys, tapos isolve ang girls. And then we'll do something later. Okay, let's start with solving for the boys. Okay, given muna tayo. Ilan ba lahat ng boys? 10. Therefore, ang n natin ay 10. Pero ilan lang ang kukunin na boys? 4. Malinaw po 10 ang boys na pagpipilian, pero 4 lang ang pipiliin. Tingnan na rin natin yung given sa girls. Ilan lahat ng girls? 8. Very good. At ilan lang ang kukunin na girls? 2. So, ang n ay 8, ang r ay 2. Okay, meron na tayong n at r, at dahil ito ay pagkuha lang ng members ng committee, we are going to use combination. Proceed tayo. Therefore, yung para kay boys, that will be 10C4. Yung para kay girls, that will be 8C2. Solve muna natin si boys. Okay. So, syempre, write natin yung formula. NCR is equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. Let's proceed. Substitute lahat ng values ng n So, lahat ng N ay naging 10 at lahat ng R ay naging 4. Proceed. So, 10 factorial, inayos natin yung nasa loob ng parentheses. So, naging 6 factorial, then kinopy yung 4 factorial. Next step, of course, is to expand. Pero mag-stop tayo ng pag-expand dun sa higher number. So, sa 6 tayo mag-i-stop. So, dito na tayo sa kabila. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 factorial. Huminto ko kay 6 factorial. So, kinopy ko lang si 6 factorial. Pero si 4 factorial na naiwan, I have to expand. 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And of course, cancel out the common terms. Natanggal ang dalawang 6 factorial. And simplify na natin. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 is 5,040. And 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 24. And so we have to divide 5,040 divided by 24 is 210 ways. Yan po ay para lang kay boys. Tapos na ba yung task? Kapag ba tayo ay nakapili na ng 4 na boys, tapos na ba yung committee? Kumpleto na ba yung committee? Hindi pa. Dahil kailangan pa natin kumuha ng girls. So, proceed tayo. Same procedure kay girls. So, meron na tayong 8C2 para kay girls. Isulat ang formula. And then, isubstitute lahat ng N with 8 at lahat ng R with 2. Then, sunod, of course, simplify yung nasa loob ng parentheses. Copied 8 factorial. Copied din yung 2 factorial. Pero yung 8 minus 2 ay naging 6 factorial. Next step, of course, is to expand. Dito na tayo sa kabila mag-expand. Ayan. And nag-stop ako ng pag-expand kay 6 factorial kasi yun yung mas malaki sa kanilang dalawa. And yung 2 factorial, in-expand ko na rin. And from there, cancel out yung pares na 6 factorial. So, 8 times 7 at saka 2 times 1, that will be 56 and 2. 56 divided by 2, that is 28 ways. Now, ma'am, tapos na po. No. May gagawin ka pa. Nakuha mo na yung combination ni boys. Nakuha mo na yung combination ni girls. Ano ang gagawin? Dahil hindi pa tapos, pagkuha mo ng boys and kukuha ka pa ng girls. So, yung dalawang answer mo, you have to multiply them. Okay? So, you have to multiply yung answer mo kay boys times yung answer mo kay girls. So, that will turn out to be, yung boys ay 210, tapos yung girls ay 28. Ito yun na, yung boys at yung girls. Minultiply natin and that turns out to be 5,880 committees. Therefore, we will be able to create 5,880 committees. Malinaw po? Again, you have to multiply the two of them. Kasi hindi kumpleto ang boys na committee kung wala yung girls na committee. Kasi ang sabi ng kondisyon, 4 boys and 2 girls. Okay. Now, last example tayo. Okay, daming example. Kasi po, may isa pa ulit na possible condition. Iba naman to ulit dun sa isa. Okay, last. From a group of 10 men and 5 women, a committee of 5 is to be formed. In how many ways can this be done if the committee must contain at least 4 men? At least 4 men. Medyo may hawig siya sa kanina, pero this time, hindi binigay yung eksaktong bilang ng men and women. Kasi ang sabi lang, at least 4 men. Ilan ba lahat ng member ng committee na kukunin? 5. Pero at least 4. Pag sinabing at least 4, pwedeng 4 or pwede ring mas mataas sa kanya, which is 5. Pwedeng 4, pwedeng 5. Pwede bang 6? Hindi, kasi 5 lang yung committee, yung member ng committee. So, 4 or 5. Ibig sabihin, ang possible na mabuo ko ay, pwede ako makakuha ng 4 men and 1 woman para mabuo ko yung 5 people sa committee. Or, pwede rin naman na 5 men and 0 na woman. Sabihin, walang babae, puro lalaki lang. Kasi ang kondisyon, at least 4 men. So, pwedeng 4 men, pwedeng 5 men. So, yung number ng woman, magbabase lang naman kung ilan yung kulang nung sa binigay na number ng men. So, kung 4 na yung lalaki, 1 na lang ang kulang na babae kasi 5 yung tao. So, kung 5 na yung lalaki, hindi na kailangan ng babae. Okay, now, okay, kailangan muna nating isolve yung isa. Pa-isa-isa lang tayo. Unahin natin yung 4 men and 1 woman. Okay, alisin natin yung isang kondisyon. Doing so, katulad kanina, separate ulit ang pag-solve ng men kay woman. Alright, let us do it. Yung men, ilan lahat ng men? 10. Pero ang kukunin lang ay 4. Then, sa kabila naman, ang ilan lahat ng women? 5. Pero ang kukunin lang ay 1. Alright, so, ibig sabihin, we actually have 5C1 for the women and 10C4 for the men. Alright, proceed tayo. Solve na natin, medyo mabilis lang. So, isulat ang formula, dahil sanay naman na kayo sa mga kaninang examples. And then, substitute lahat ng values ng N at ng R. And then, simplify yung nasa parentheses. So, naging 6 factorial. Medyo binibilisan natin dahil kahawig lang siya ng unang example. Okay, doing so, expand natin. Nag-stop ulit ako sa 6 factorial. So, 10, 9, 8, 7. 10 times 9 times 8 times 7. Tapos yung 4 factorial, in-expand. So, 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, cancel those out. And we have 5,040 over 24. And dividing that will give me or will give us 210 ways. Okay, hindi pa tayo tapos kasi hindi kumpleto yung committee kung 4 na men lang. Kailangan may isa pang woman. Okay, so we have 5C1. We'll start with a formula. And then we will substitute the N and the R. And then we will simplify the 1 in the parentheses. So, naging 4 factorial. And then we're going to expand. So, that is 4 factorial here and 4 factorial there. Cancel them out. Ang matitira ay 5 over 1 which is equal to 5 ways. Oh, sorry, natabunan yung ways. That's 5 ways. Okay. Now, katulad kanina, anong ginawa nung nakuha na yung men at yung women? You have to combine them because hindi kumpleto yung isa na committee kung kulang yung men or yung women. So, we have to multiply the men times the women. So, we have 210 times 5. We have 1,050 ways. Okay. But do we stop there? No. Bakit? Ito pa lang yung kinukuha natin, yung 4 men and 1 woman. Di ba kanina may isa pa tayong kondisyon, may isa pa tayong case or possibility. So, isolve natin yung susunod na case. Okay. Tandaan po yung 1,050. So, gaya ng sinabi natin kanina, may dalawang possibility. Ito yung case 1 na nasolve na natin at yung case 2 naman ang isa-solve natin ngayon. So, tanggalin natin to. 5 men and 0 woman naman. Actually, ipapakita ko yung solution ng 5 men and 0 woman. Let's have it. So, ganun ulit. Ang bilang ng men ay 10, pero ang kukunin lang natin ay 5. So, we have 10C5. Sa kabila naman, ang women ay 5, pero ang kukunin mo lang ay 0. Or wala kang kukunin. So, 5C0. Let's do the first one. So, write the formula, then substitute. So, lahat ng N ay naging 10, lahat ng R ay naging 5. Then, simplifying the 1 in the parentheses, so 5 factorial. And from there, let us expand. So, 10 factorial is 10 times 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 factorial. I stop there kasi pares sila nito. And then, yung natirang 5 factorial, we have to expand that one. So, we can cancel those out, yung dalawang 5 factorial, making us have yung numerator is 30,240 and our denominator is 120. Dividing will give us 252 ways. Okay, next thing, yung sa women, 0 yung babae. kanina meron akong binigay na example niyan. Sana naaalala. Kapag 0 ang R natin, automatic ang answer dapat ay 1. Okay, pero ipakita na rin natin para sa mga nakalimot. So, I substituted and then I simplified the one in the parentheses, expanded, canceled, and the answer is 1. So, minadali ko na kasi alam natin na shortcut yan na kapag 0 yung R, automatic yan 1. Pinakita lang natin para sa iba. So, there is one way to have that one. And so, ano ulit yung gagawin sa dalawang na-solve natin? We have to multiply. So, men times women, ang men natin ay 252, ang women natin ay 1. So, that gives us 252 ways. Ma'am, dalawa na po yung na-solve natin, yung case 1 at yung case 2. Ano na po ang gagawin sa dalawa? Okay, pakita natin. Ang gagawin natin dyan, ito yan. Di ba? Ito yung dalawang case natin eh. 4 men and 1 woman or 5 men and 0 woman. Okay. Ilan nga ulit yung answer natin sa 4 men and 1 woman? Tama. We have 1,050 na-solve natin kanina. Yung 5 men and 0 woman naman, 252 ways. Now, kanina di ba minumultiply natin kasi ang sabi doon, men and women. Pero this time, you have two cases. Case 1 or case 2. Kanina, men and women minumultiply. Ngayon, case 1 or case 2. Kapag or na ang binigay, you are going to add. Kapag and, multiply. Kapag or, add. Okay, so 1,050 plus 252, that gives us 1,302 ways. Therefore, sa problem natin, there are 1,302 ways to pick a committee of that is containing at least 4 men. Malinaw po ulitin ko, kapag and, times, kapag or, plus. Okay, yan. May tanong po kaya? Okay, nawa ay may natutunan. Sana ay natutunan. Thank you sa pakikinig at pag-aaral. Medyo mahaba ang ating lesson pero sana po ay napagtiyagaan natin. Okay, maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig. Bye-bye!